court.
As if it matters.
Well, of course it matters. You've got to give your evidence today. Paddy, Zoe, change your mind.
Oh, I don't know. Because she hates me. Because she never meant to do it in the first place.
Right, but it's more important that you go in to change their minds. You've got to give your side of the story. That's the last thing and then it's the verdict.
I love you, Debbie. It's she that's keeping me going, you know that, don't you? I'll go and get dressed.
Now, she's in her playpen. She'll probably doze off soon because she was up so late last night.
OK. I bet you're looking forward to the verdict after yesterday.
You know what I want? I want to see justice done.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you will, after what you told them.
Maybe. I just hope I didn't... Well, something could still go wrong. She still might say something.
What could she say?
I don't know, but... Well, here goes.
Laurel, get off!
Oh! Louisa, give me a jump!
Oh, you didn't do much for me either. You woke me up.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know. Well, normally you sleep upstairs. You haven't had a quarrel. Oh, sorry, I don't mean to pry. I mean, it would be bad enough if you have had a quarrel without me putting my big foot in it, but then again, I have got an enormous snap.
Yeah, Laurel, if you just let me be a part of the conversation, I'll tell you, OK? Ashley and I have decided to call it a day.
Oh, I see. Right. Oh, you must be feeling awful.
Well, nothing a good cup of coffee won't fix. Look, it was quite amicable. It was never really right.
No.
Everyone else obviously knew this already.
Oh, no, it's just, Oh, you must be feeling upset.
No, I think
I'm going to make that cup of coffee.
I don't want to come. I hate it. Everyone's saying horrible things about you, lying all the time. I don't have to listen to it anymore.
You and me both, love. But, you know, if you don't come, it might be the last time.
You'll be home this afternoon. It'll all be over by then.
And what if they find me guilty?
They won't.
Won't they?
No.
Perhaps it's best if you don't come anyway. I'll tell you what, go to Lisa's, tell her I asked her to keep an eye on you. Just till I get back.
Will you be all right on your own? Because if not, I'll come.
Debbie, babe, I'll be fine.
It's only for a few more hours. It'll soon be over.
Yeah.
Look, I'll wait for you over here, yeah? Look out for you coming back.
OK.
Oh, good luck then. I'll be waiting.
Morning, Emily. Morning, Nicola. Oh, how's the brace?
Same as yesterday. What do you want?
Well, it's Ashley. Him and Louise are split up. Can I get you anything, Laurel? Oh, yeah. Have I got time? Yes! I'll have a chocolate eclair, please, Emily. And Nicola, are you able to?
Yes, I am able to, thank you. But no, the chocolate eclair would make me heave this time in the morning.
Anyway, she says it's amicable and that they were never suited. Well, I always told you they weren't right for each other. And she's not going to stay there anymore. Oh, isn't it wonderful?
Bernice, I expect.
Oh, no, don't want to get my hopes up or anything. What, Bernice?
My irresistible sister's hanging around at the moment, isn't she? Ashley was always a sucker for Bernice.
Oh. Oh. Is something the matter? Oh, no, it's lovely, thanks.
Oh, for goodness sake, don't go spiralling off into gloom and despair. He wasn't going to look at you anyway, was he?
Hello. Yes. You have some news? What is it? Well, can't you tell me whether it's good or bad? Ah. No. Yes, of course. Unless you'd rather... No. Oh, OK. If you could come straight to the factory. Right. At 11. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Actually, I don't think I'm very hungry. Sorry.
Didn't know you were coming today.
A dispassionate observer.
I'm surprised you're going again, Mrs. Hope, because you're not even allowed in.
Well, it's much better than having to wait for everybody to get back. Besides, me and Pearl got bet on.
A bet? It's not a horse race, you know.
I wonder if there'll be fireworks again like yesterday.
It's poor Charity's go next.
It's not a game of Scrabble, neither.
Poor Charity, my backside. She is a murderess. That's what she is. You won't be seeing her after today because she'll be behind bars.
Mrs. Orb, I think your frustration at being excluded is interfering with your sense of justice. No one can possibly say whether she's guilty or not because no one's heard her side of the story yet.
Well, come on anyway, let's go.
When I took you on, I knew I had a very poor case. I didn't think I had a fool for a client.
Well, how was I to know she was leading me on, eh? Conniving little cow. I mean, she didn't say out, but we were kissing. She was up for
I
it.
don't mean what Zoe said. I could have dealt with that. But for you to lose your temper with her in court, insult their witness, question her honesty, it gives them carte blanche now to expose all your little weaknesses, of which plenty.
Yeah, well, do you know something? I don't care. And I wish I had killed Chris and taken her with him.
Now, you better stop that kind of talk right now, Charity, because this is make or break. You're on the stand next. And quite frankly, you're not only the only witness we've got left, you're also the only one who can possibly make any difference now to the outcome of this trial. So stop snivelling and come on.
Oh, so you're not actually married then?
No, we're getting married next month. Victoria and his little sister helped to make the invitations.
They're very nice.
Cheers.
I'm here about your youth offender panel. I'm going to be on it.
I forgot about it.
Well, we hadn't. What we'll do is we'll talk to you, we'll ask you questions, then we'll try and find some way for you to make up for what you've done.
But I won't have to go away with her.
No. Does that mean you'd like to stay here if you can?
Yeah?
Right, well, whatever you do should be based in the community. You know, something to do with your crime. I was wondering about the garage.
No.
No.
No. Why not?
Well, we don't really get on with Scott. Any of us.
All right. That seems ideal. Otherwise, your brother works there, doesn't he? That close family connection? Well, anyway, maybe you and I could talk to Scott. Try and persuade him.
Yeah, if you like. I can get Robert to have a word with him.
Yeah, I'll mention it to him if I see him.
I'm surprised you've got the gall to show up here after that pack of lies yesterday.
All rise.
Hello? Come on in, have a seat.
No, I'm all right, thank you.
So, you said you had some news for me.
Yeah.
Well, don't keep me in suspense. You didn't want to commit on the phone. It's bad.
It's too early to say yet, Mr. Pollard, but someone has found an article of clothing that might belong to your wife.
Clothing?
A pair of shoes. They were found in Hull. They haven't arrived yet, so we haven't been able to identify them.
Pair of shoes?
They were found by an estuary, Mr. Pollard. I'm afraid it's a well-known suicide spot.
Oh.
Look, do you want to sit down?
No.
We would like you to come down to the station this afternoon, if you would, just to identify them. It doesn't necessarily mean what you're thinking, sir. And besides, they might not be hers.
Did you or did you not kill your husband?
No, I did not. I did not kill Chris. I loved him.
Thank you. Little Miss Innocence.
Bit hard to believe a word you say when we look at your track record.
Your past, your affairs, that stream of lies you told your husband.
One affair with Kane. And you do lie when you have an affair. That's what people do. But I never lied to Chris about anything else. I respected him far too much for that. And that one lie stopped when the affair stopped. When I stopped it. And if you mean by my past that I used to be a prostitute, well, yes, I admit it. I grew up on the streets. But my life changed when I married Chris. He changed it for me. And that is why I could never have murdered him. And I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to rubbish me. But I'll tell you something. Being a tart does not mean that I am a murderer, does it?
You decided not to go back today?
Yeah. I mean, Eric did give me the day off, but I thought, well, I didn't want to go back after yesterday, what with Zoe laying into Charity, ripping her apart.
It's not going well.
No, not very. Mind you, it's Debbie I feel sorry for. Having to go back in after that, but 'tis Charity's big day. I mean, she's giving her evidence and maybe there's the verdict. Oh, it's a lot for a young girl to carry.
I was so involved at the beginning.
Oh, yeah. You were the one that stood by her and there was me telling you not to.
No, I'm not there at all.
Oh, love. Oh, no. I didn't mean... Nobody's asking you to do things that you can't do.
No, that was the cause, you know. Start the trouble. Me and Tricia.
I know, love. Well, Zach will be there. She won't be on her own.
You don't think she'll get off, do you?
I honestly don't know, love. I mean, it just depends how the day goes.
Do you still think she did it?
Oh, I've no idea anymore. Well, I hope she does get off for Debbie's sake.
In your role as a reformed tart, I use your words. You say you were not in the habit of lying, except when having an affair, because that's when everybody does, apparently. Oh, and except when you're talking to the police, too, it seems, because you've lied to the police, haven't you? Twice. First you said your husband killed himself, then that your lover killed him.
Ex-lover.
Ex-lover, sorry. Then again that your husband killed himself.
Yeah, well, I was panicking, right? Anybody would.
Why did you go to Home Farm the night before last?
I wanted to see Zoe. I wanted to see her...
To see if you could get her to tell a few lies on your behalf. You were interfering with a witness, trying to alter the natural outcome of this trial, the act of a desperate and scrupulous and guilty woman.
No!
You all right?
Yeah, I'm waiting for my mum. She's due back soon.
Last day of the trial today, isn't it?
Yeah. She'll get off, I know she will.
Debbie, you can't be sure of that.
Yeah, I can. She didn't do it.
Look, there are two possible outcomes to this trial. You need to be prepared for both of them, including the one in which your mum is found guilty.
Oh, get lost.
Look, you could
And
always...
don't tell me I should be praying.
I wasn't going to. Although it's not a bad idea. But only if you pray for justice, not for magic.
It'd be justice if my mum got off.
Look, I was only going to suggest that you wait somewhere indoors. It's very early. They're not going to reach a verdict for quite a while. And it is cold, isn't it?
If you have any reasonable doubt as to whether Charity Tate murders her husband, you must return a verdict of not guilty. And you must try to reach a unanimous verdict. So I'll now ask you to retire to consider your verdict. Mrs. Tate can have bail within the confines of this building. I will now retire.
Come in.
Yes, thank you. I heard a policeman came to see you this morning. Shelley said you were very upset. I see that you are. Have they found...
Shoes. They found a pair of shoes at a well-known suicide spot near Hull. An estuary. They wanted me to go down to the station to identify them, but I just realised I didn't describe them properly. I told them the wrong colour, so I don't need to go, do I? Must be some other poor woman's shoes.
Oh, Eric.
You told him, didn't you? Our Charity's got some spirit. She deserves to be let off.
Getting off's to do with innocence, Mr. Dingle. It's not performance-related.
It is sometimes, though.
And at times, our Charity's performance was worthy of an Oscar.
It's not just that, though. Something about it. She always did have a ring of truth.
You're not losing your bottle now.
No. Evidence only points one way.
I was under the impression that you wanted to know what had happened to Gloria. You could just look at the shoes. Then perhaps you can confirm that they weren't Gloria's, and it would eliminate that awful possibility. Maybe the police would bring them here. Save you some trouble. I could look at them with you.
All right.
Hey, Debbie, love. Oh, you look half frozen. Let me make you a mug of tea.
No, I'm all right.
Marlon went to the court. Suddenly felt he wanted to be there.
Well, didn't you?
No, I didn't want to. No, love. Well, somebody's got to be here to fill the troops' bellies when they get back. Now, come on, you sit down.
No, I said I'd meet my mum on the corner only. That way Vicar told me it was too early.
Oh, well, he's right, it is. Now, you sit down. I am going to give you a mug of tea whether you like it or not.
Right, but then I'm going to go and meet her.
Thank you very much for coming here. Mr. Pollard is naturally...
Just show me. Yes. Yes. We bought the first official dinner as an MP.
It doesn't prove the fact she actually killed herself, Mr. Pollard.
There's no proof, but... well, for one thing, we don't have a... but it's as good as...
So, what do you think now, then?
I think she didn't do it.
Oh.
You men. Always suckers for a pretty blonde putting on an act.
You weren't even party to it, so if I were you, I'd keep your trap shut.
How do you think I did then?
You did great, Charity.
Did all right. I'm just not sure it's enough to repair yesterday's damage.
Look. I don't believe it. As if she hasn't done him enough harm.
Well, he's back for more. And Tricia not yet cold in her grave.
She's his cousin, you silly woman. He probably believes she's innocent like I do.
I mean, in time, I just suddenly thought I could not be here for this. Not after all, even though I...
Marlon, thanks for coming.
Look at that.
How's Debbie? Is she all right?
I thought she was here.
No, she couldn't face it. I told her to go to yours, see, Lisa.
No sign of her up to when I left.
Oh, I need to phone her.
Do you want to go somewhere private? We've plenty of time. They'll take ages to make up their mind.
All parties in the case of Charity Tate, please attend court number 3.
Is that for the verdict?
Must be, yeah.
Bit quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a good sign, is it?
No.
Will the foreman please stand? Please confine yourself to answering my first question, yes or no. Has the jury reached a verdict on which you all agree?
Yes.
Do you find the defendant, Charity Tate, guilty or not guilty of murder?
Guilty.
Is that the verdict of you all?
It is.
Do sit down.
In the light of what representations have been made by your advocate, I shall forward to the Home Secretary a recommendation of tariff. As you are aware, there is only one sentence I can impose, and that is life imprisonment. Take her down.
No! No!
Sorry, love. No.